to be invited here to speak and give a goodwill address to the open week that has today become a brand in the Nigerian political discourse. I must first commend the leadership and members of this House for this innovation, an innovation that has become a platform where Nigerians can physically meet their elected representatives, and where the possibility of deepening democracy is provided by this platform of interaction. First of all, by being here reminds me of the history and the spirit of this House. As in the words of Franz Fanon, every generation must out of relative obscurity discover its mission, is either fulfill it or betray it. It is a fact that every generation of members of House of Reps have their own challenges, their own hurdles, their own crises, and their own issues they confront within their own time and tenure. Every Nigerian can attest to the fact that this House has been a platform of history. From the leaders and leaders of the First Republic to date, we have seen the drama, the conflict, and the issues that has shaped Nigeria's politics for generations and for years. The opportunity of being in this House is part of our lives to make impact in our society and to make our contribution to our country. Each time I recall and I open the History Channel, I can see what happened in the First Republic, how those parliamentarians of our early years of independence stood up to speak about our country and to speak about our future. Today they are no more. In the next 50 to 100 years, we will not be here, most of us. But whatever we have done, whatever contribution we have made, will be part of Nigeria's history. It is a fact of history that there are 2 or 3 types of legislature. You have the combative one, you have the compliant one. And what I've seen here is you try to navigate the two. A combative legislature has the possibility of ruining the whole democratic process. And a compliant one creates a breeding ground for tyranny in the country. So, for this House, and from the record I have seen, you have achieved a lot and is unprecedented in the history of this country. The platform you provided by this open week gives Nigerians the opportunity to come and see their members, those they elected into office. Because it's a fact that those of us who have been elected as senators and reps, we have a negative image in the hearts and minds of most Nigerians. But unknown to many, there are people who come here as rich people and live here as poor people. There are people who come here as poor people and live here as poorer people. It's a fact of history. You need to go back and look back to those who were in this House 5, 10, and 15 years ago. Their condition is pitiable. So you have a duty or the opportunity provided by you, by history, to make a strong impact. It's not the number of bills, not the number of accent of bills, but what impact has such bills made in the lives of ordinary Nigerians. One unique thing about this House is the agility, the energy of its members, and the youthfulness of its members over the years. And you will be able to demonstrate that by the records and also by your stewardship. This House and the Parliament as a whole is not an extension of the executive. It's not a unit of the executive. It is, by those who conceive the idea of democracy, established to perform its function, oversight, and ensuring probity and accountability in the affairs of governance. Without the Parliament, we have a tyranny, we have a dictatorship. The Parliament has that responsibility and duty to stand for Nigerians, to speak for Nigerians, and to defend the interests of Nigerians. You have seen how many of your colleagues were once here and today were not here. So one day, you will also not be here. Whoever is a serving legislator will one day be an ex-legislator. So it's not how long you stay here, but what impact has your presence here made in the defense of democracy and improving the lives of our people. On the last note, opening the National Assembly as a whole to the Nigerian public will give Nigerians a sense and an idea of what is actually in this House. Not just for you who are serving, for those of us who are even out of this system. The views is that when you come here, you live here rich. But you know it's not true. Many of your colleagues are struggling. Many have gone. But what is most important is the legacy they left behind. I feel the spirit and the energy that has become part of the history of this House. And I believe that you will keep the torch of the integrity and the mission of this House has been left behind by your predecessors. I thank you for this opportunity, and God bless.